Welcome back to Franchise Hockey Manager 10 with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And now we start the 2006-2007 season, and we're going to do the same thing that we did before, and we're going to jump a couple seasons ahead just to get a better look at the future. And I know you guys don't want to see us win every single season, but we're going to see if we can manage to do so regardless, just off screen, so it's not going to get too boring, but see how the players also do as well. So we'll look at some of the trades that we ended up doing. We got rid of Joe Thornton for a first rounder back to Boston, so that is what has to happen. Don't mind that at all. I think it's just realistic. I mean, we could have got a little bit more for him, but it is what it is. I do like that trade. Let's see if we end up doing any signings. We did sign Madden, and we re-signed Scott Niedermayer as well. Or actually, sorry, signed Scott Niedermayer. Yeah, he didn't play for us yet. We ended up signing him. He was a free agent, so signed him for 3 years. Not too bad at 33. Should be pretty good. I kind of forgot for a second whether or not we end up trading for him beforehand, but no, we end up signing him in the offseason, and we'll take a quick look at the draft as well. This year's draft, we ended up getting Milan Lucic in the first round, 19th overall. Grabner we got in later on in the first with the other pick. We got Jonas Enroth as well, and then Jan Mursak. Jan Mursak looks pretty decent for where we got him, though, so I don't mind that at all. 18 years old. He's projected to go around 69. We got him at 90, so all in all, that's definitely a good choice. Enroth as well. It doesn't look too bad at 17. I remember he was supposed to be a decent prospect. I think he played for Vancouver. No, he didn't play for Vancouver. He played for Buffalo. So I'm thinking of someone completely different. Hopefully that doesn't backfire, but we definitely need to grab more goalies in the future, that's for sure. But we'll take a better look at who got drafted this season anyways. So Phil Kessel was first overall. Jonathan Toews was third. You got Brad Marchand, who's fourth. Claude Giroux, Backstrom, and then Brian Little. And then Jonathan Bernier ends up getting drafted still. He ends up getting drafted as 8th overall, which is kind of crazy considering he didn't do too great, and he got drafted in front of Jordan Staal as well. Varlamov as well, who's still in the league. Reimer, I think I might actually want to go all in for Reimer. He signed, though. We might go all in for Reimer. I wouldn't mind doing that. I feel as though he wasn't as bad on the Leafs. And I'm always a fan of just reinventing former Leafs and making it better. Oh, Eddie Lack was the guy who I was thinking of. I guess I grabbed the wrong player, but I'm pretty sure he should still be good. Eric Johnson gets drafted in the 25th. Not bad. Just before Grabner, we picked Grabner instead of Okposo. And Matthew Perreault as well. Zach Smith also there. The Laterra, even Dan Weiss, I remember that. Berglund, Bud Holloway, I don't remember that guy. Toulouse, I remember him. He was supposed to be 26. He did play for the Leafs and then Carolina for a bit. But all in all, not that great. Anisimov was the guy that we're going to try and grab as well, but ultimately decided to get Grabner instead. So we did have the pick, and that's the one that we ended up trading away. So that would have been our pick eventually, but yeah, obviously we got rid of him for Ovechkin. So quick look. So it does look like we're projected to be Cup favorites once again, so we won't bore you with the details. And then Sidney Crosby should be able to challenge Jaromir Jagr, another Pittsburgh player, for the scoring race, which I kind of doubt. I don't know why they would think that he's going to get the most goals. Even though he did get 53 last season, it seems as though that might have been more of a fluke. That's not necessarily his style. Top defenseman could be Wisniewski again, and Brodeur, Luongo, and Lundqvist all look like they're going to be dominant for goalies. Jesus. Our goalie's still pretty good, though, so I wouldn't trade him for any of those. Andre Markov as well. Forgot about him. So we should still be able to be pretty good, but we'll take a look at the lines going into it. We'll do AI setup organization. Now we don't have to worry about anything else. But team that we're going forward with so far, Rob Bringmore, Andre Kopitar, Pisani as our fourth line. We have Kyle Wellwood, Madden, and Solani as our third. Ovechkin, Getzlaf, and Perry as our second. And Paul Kariya, Crosby, and Nash as our top line. That looks like a very good team. We have Chris Pronger, Kevin Klein, Scott Niedermayer, Robin Regier, Wisnowski, and Bufflin. That is an insane lineup. And we have Telquist backing up Ryan Miller, so I feel as though we should be able to get it. We have Dion Phaneuf on the bench as well, and Radulov as well. But I think once he gets healthy, Radulov should be pretty good. His offensive rating is off the charts, but we should be able to pretty good. And we end up losing Volchenkov on waivers. That is disappointing. I didn't even realize that he wasn't there. That's kind of disappointing, I guess. We kept Glumac instead of him. This guy was just for the minors. What the hell? That's disappointing. So we end up losing him. I don't mind about that guy. I guess they end up doing it because of waivers, though. Mark Stewart's still there as well. That I guess we're gonna have to take a look at Volchenkov in the future. That is kind of disappointing, though, that we end up losing him. Not gonna cry, I promise. Alright. Alright, so this is more of the lineups, actually. Okay, that's better. Rob Ringdemore, Kopitar, Radulov. That looks better. And then everyone else is pretty much the same. And then Phaneuf and Pronger is actually pretty good. Pretty good third line defenseman. And then, yeah, Niedermayer, all of the rest is pretty much the same. And obviously we have to do jerseys, Glumac coming back. That's kind of disappointing. Game 1, we win 5-1. Ovechkin with a shorthanded goal for the first goal of the season. Gets his second. Corey Perry off as well. And Niedermayer and Crosby all on the score sheet. And not too bad. We face off against Phoenix now. What the hell? Oh, I guess we're close to salary cap. Whatever. What are you going to do? But it's going to warn me that every single time. It's going to take valuable seconds off of it. And we lose our first game. Second game in, we lose our first game. Ovechkin gets a goal there, but that is all she wrote there. And Shanahan at 37, getting suspended. What a child. Yeah, it's annoying. It's going to be a double click every single time. Win 5-2, so we turn around pretty quick. Paragosen was one of the guys that we ended up having. We trade away for Chris Pronger. I like that. And we win 5-2. They haven't won yet. Robin Greer with the goal. Crosby with his second. Wisnowski with his first. And then Crosby with his third. And Ovechkin with his fourth. So I haven't seen Paul Kariya yet. I'm really hoping he has at least a goal. Or no goal, but hopefully an assist at least. No assists 3 games in. That's going to be scary. 7-1. He better be on that one. Ovechkin with the goal. Niedermayer, Getzlaf on the score sheet finally. Crosby and Solani and Phaneuf and Ovechkin. I don't see Paul Kariya anywhere. Paul Kariya has yet to get a goal yet, or a point in 4 games in. That's probably the longest that he hasn't gotten a point. I guess with all those stars, it's kind of hard to do so. 5-4 we win. Regulation, I thought it was going to be overtime. They have Giordano. Giordano at 23 is a 3-star potential. Guess that's right. Rob Ringdemore with his first. Not bad for a 4th liner. Kopitar with his first. Well with his first. And Nash with his first. Again, I still don't see Paul Kariya anywhere. He's having to battle clearly against all these guys. I wonder what his role is, though. His role's power forward. That doesn't seem like him. Oh no, he's bumped down to 2nd line now. Interesting. 5-4 win. Kopitar. Paul Kariya finally gets on the score sheet. Getzlaf with his second and his third. and we end up winning 5-4 against Detroit. I don't want to interfere too much, obviously. Even if Paul Kariya ends up playing as a third liner throughout his career, or throughout the end of his career, that's fine. Obviously, Ovechkin should go up, and this is clearly a Duck lineup, anyway, so it doesn't make sense that he's on the second line now. 4-0. Ovechkin, Madden, Nash, and Getzlaf. 4-0. Another shutout. We'll play against LA now. And we lose to LA, didn't we? I think we lost to him at the beginning of the season as well. Can't figure out LA yet. Danny Heatley scores against us, obviously. So Ovi, Crosby, and Heatley destroys us. Okay. Where are they? LA's not even good. LA's not even, like, crazy good. I would have thought they'd be a lot better. 9 games played, and they're 3 points down. Nashville's at the top. Not a bad turnaround. It's kind of like in real life. It took them a couple seasons to get it figured out, but after that, they kind of took it by storm. Who's on their team, though? Oh, they have Bergeron. And Williams, Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith at 30, though. Stefan Veyer, Alex Burrows, Ryan Shannon, and then Marty Turco at 31. That's pretty good. I don't mind that at all. Getzlaf's now suspended 8 games. Oh my god. I wonder who's going to fill his spot. 8 games is a lot. He must have, like, done some Happy Gilmore stuff and just, like, attacks him with his skate. Janfanov gets a goal there. Wolski's one of the guys that I did want to. He's now 20. He was 26 overall. I'll have to pay attention to Wolski. I did want him. He got a goal. We did win in shootouts, though. Doug Waite's still in it. And they have Zidlicki as well. I do like this Edmonton team. They have Duncan Keith, Jonas Gustafsson, Zidlicki, even Girardi I don't mind. They have Zajac, Doug Waite, Wolski, James Neal, Jason Arnott at 32, Pody. This team's actually not that bad. Kenny Johnson, I don't know who he is. I just know Kent Johnson. So not too bad. This is a decent start for us. We do have a back-to-back game, though. I don't like that. We win 8-3 against Pecorine. Rob Brignemore, Kyle Wilwood, Paul Kariya, Sidney Crosby, even Pisani gets a goal. And then Pronger and Perry before Paul Kariya gets another goal at the end. We did also change our name, unfortunately. We're no longer the Mighty Ducks. We are Anaheim Ducks, but we're still going to call ourselves that. We're still the Mighty Ducks, regardless. Regardless of what the jerseys might say. So let's see if we can manage to win this back-to-back game. Telquest getting his first. We win 6-0. I thought we got shut out for a second. So Nash, Crosby with 2, Paul Kariya, Solani getting his second goal as well, and Biznovsky. I feel as though Solani's going to retire a little bit earlier than what we would have wanted. He is currently 36. And yeah, obviously his defensive rating's not there. He's still a 3-star, but he does play till he's 43, so I'm very curious to see how many more seasons he plays. We do have him extended for at least one more season. And obviously we're going to keep playing until he's retired. A 2-1 win there. And we managed to win there. John Madden and Kopitar getting a goal there as well. It'll be interesting to see where Kopitar ends up fitting in, because we might have to get rid of another center if that's the case, because I think he's currently second. Then we have Madden as the top one. Kopitar moved to second line. Okay, so with Getzlaf out, Kopitar's now at second. Not too bad. Grabner looks like he's developing pretty decent. 10 goals, 11 points in 8 games is pretty good. Crosby's now a 5-star. Bufflin, a 4-star. What did we even give up for Bufflin? I can't even remember. We got Bufflin and Klein for Trig, Skula, and a 5th. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that all day, every day. See how Pogge's developing. I don't see him at all. That's kind of disappointing. And we do have a little bit of points on our scouting here. Feels like we're going to go team morale first, always first. We'll do that for this month and then kind of bank on it after that. Rangers, we win 5-2. Corey Perry, Wisnowski, Madden with 2 there, and then Kopitar with his 4th of the season. And wow, tons of jersey sales. There's no way that we can't afford things next year. We probably can't. Yeah, no need to worry about it. Obviously, replacing us is out of the question. I would hope so. Being as dominant as what we have been, I would hope so. Kopitar and Bassani still haven't quite figured or found their way into the team yet, I guess. They're still unsettled. 5-2 win there. Crosby, Wisnowski, and Niedermeyer before Ovi with his 10th, and then Pisani even scores here as well. Pisani's not that bad. I mean, 1.5 stars, 29 years old, still serviceable. He's a good good player to kind of have as more of like the fringe, I guess. But when we end up getting Grabner, anyways, he'll probably fill that spot. 2-1 win. Mike London, I remember that name. Phaneuf and Crosby. Crosby scoring against his actual team, assisted by Ovi. We'll play a couple more games here. And we got Vancouver and Calgary, so we're obviously on the road. We win 7-1 against Vancouver, who have 13 wins. Wow. That should be a foreshadow for how the playoffs are going to be. Nash gets 2 goals there. Ovechkin with his 11th, Cal Wellwood with his 3rd, and then Paul Kariya and Nash both score there as well before Brignamour scores in the 3rd, but obviously that was just an added bonus. And we'll adjust here as well, and now we end up getting Calgary, and Telquist gets a nod. Telquist I do like as well. 1-0, he gets a shutout. Korea with the only goal, assisted by Solani. I do like that. If they find themselves on the 3rd line together, that'd be pretty cool as well. Oh, Cowell would still there. So not bad at all. We'll do this last game, and then we'll kind of take a look at the stats, and then fast forward. 5-0, so back-to-back shutouts. I guess we got to play till we get scored against, but Cowell with his 4th, and then Crosby with a hat trick, and Corey Perry with his 4th of the season as well. All right, we're gonna ignore that. I think Getzlaf should be back. Getzlaf is back, and nothing that interests me there. Rob Niedermeyer though, where'd he play? Yeah, he played with us as well. Interesting. Yeah, that kind of sucks. We obviously can't get him now. We'll take a look at how the standings are. 18 wins. We'll play 2 more games, I guess. See how it is at 20. We win 6-1. So our streak's now broken. Kopitar, Corey Perry, Wisnowski, Wellwood, Solani, and Crosby. And then we face off against Chicago. See if we can manage to win that one. Should be able to. And 5-2 loss, so we finally do lose again. 7-2 or 17-2-1 after 20 games is pretty commanding. We find ourselves with 35 points, currently 1st in the Pacific. League-wise, we're 1st, obviously. We obviously just broke our streak there, so it'd be interesting to see what it was. Goal differential already 50. The next best team is 24. That is insane. We're 12-1-0 at home and 5-1-1. So we're going to have a huge streak of away streak. So that's probably why we're doing so well, is because we're doing fantastic at home. But obviously we're going to have to go on the road very soon. But taking a look at let's look at the standings here. Crosby with the most points, 33. Ovechkin with the 3rd most. Jagger's still hanging on at 34. Obviously we know he plays a little while later as well. Danny Heatley, not too bad for him. Heatley currently top goals as well. Between Crosby and Ovechkin, they're top 8. And then assists as well, they're top 8. That's insane. Miller with 15 wins is currently top of the league, and his goal save percentage or goals against average is pretty good as well. So yeah, Crosby, Ovechkin lead it with 33 and 29 points respectively, and then Wisniewski with 21, Nash with 18, Perry with 15, Kopitar with 14, not bad for a rookie, and then Paul Kariya with 13, a little bit, he's going to have a down year for sure, and then Getzlaf with 12, Phaneuf with 12, and then Regier and Bufflin with 11 and 10 respectively. Niedermayer still doing pretty good at 33 with 9, but obviously we know that it's more important his presence on the ice than anything. Yeah, so 15, 2-0. So the only losses coming at Miller's expense in regulation, and then Tellquist at least losing in wow, 964 save percentage for Tellquist. That's insane. And a 929, that's also insane as well. So the Tellquist doing so good, 964 save percentage. I've never seen something that high. How well did he do last year for us? Last year he's at 909, so this is a huge jump. Obviously he's going to play, he's not going to play 39 games again, but still pretty good at 27. He's definitely been a steal for us for sure. I don't think he plays that many games. 45 wins is what he has in real life, and so far, even just with us, he's gonna pass that mark, which is pretty crazy. So we'll jump to the trade deadline, and then towards the end of the season, if we don't end up doing anything with the trade deadline. But let's hope we end up doing it, and we'll jump back for that, and let's go into the future and see how well we do up until that point. So we're back for the trade deadline, and Paul Kariya has just amassed 1,000 games played, which is a little bit more than what he did in his career. So let's take a quick look at how well he did in real life versus how well he's done with us. So 989 games and 989 points. So point per game, 400 goals and 587 assists. That is all pretty good. 139 power play goals and 251 power play against. 17 shorthanded and 6 shorthanded assists. See how well he did with us. Wow, 1292 in 1,000 games, so much better than a point per game. Probably around 2.5, probably 3 seasons. No, sorry, 3 seasons worth at least of extra points. He is currently at 52 this game, so this might be the only one that he doesn't get a point per game, which kind of does suck. At 32, he's not going to get it. But he's managed to do it throughout his whole career, other than being a rookie with 39 points. So it's probably going to be his lowest total all in all, but he's gotten 100 points in almost every game, or every season, sorry. 590 goals for is pretty good, so he's going to definitely hit 600 very soon. Just past 700 assists, which is pretty good, obviously, and then 123 power play goals. That's way more, and power play assists is insane. I mean, shorthanded goals is pretty close, but 21 and then 13 power play assists, and obviously we have to factor in awards here, and sorry, accomplishments. Let's go with that. So obviously winning the cup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and then obviously a handful of All-Star games. He also won the World Cup of or silver medal, actually. I thought he got the gold. So silver, a bronze, and a gold in 1997. So I think he got that in real life as well in 1997. But all these accolades is pretty insane. Still obviously have him for 2 years and beyond. But we're going to take a quick look at how well our team's been going throughout this time. We'll show some acquisitions as well. But 105 points in 62 games is amazing. 51 wins so far. So we've already hit the 50 win mark with 20 games to spare. And obviously top of the league. Not even close. 105, I think even if we end up going 500, we end up still finishing in first. I think it's almost impossible. We did lose our last game, but obviously we can turn that around. 153 goal differential is pretty good. 283 so far. And then also to note, Boston, who we have their first round pick, is currently, I mean, they're pretty close. They could easily get bottom. We just need them to suck a little bit more. and we would be extremely happy. They have a couple extra more games. Dallas Stars might even want to intentionally lose to them if we can manage to do so. But we've done some acquisitions so far. We did get Letang for Stewart and a first-round pick next season. So all in all, that's pretty good. That's the only trade that we've done so far. But looking at who's available, we were trying to get Ziggy Palffy, but they don't want to do it. We could get John Michael Lyles, which is a guy that we wanted beforehand. Even Hanzus wouldn't be too bad. Decent grinder. We might want to add him to our team. Donna Brashear would have been cool if he wasn't so old. Michael Holmquist is a bit too old to develop for us at 27. Mike Sillinger would be good. I would really like that, but obviously I don't think we can really grab a player like that. Dan Bilsma as well, old. Connolly, obviously Michael Ryder's not going to come to us. He only has 1-year deal. It'd be, let's see what they're willing to part with. So only Sidney Crosby. Why is he even on the trade block? There's no way any team will actually offer that for you, or that value for it. Bakov. So let's see what John Michael Lyle will command. Even though we got Letang, it would be pretty decent to get John Michael Lyle as well, because we wouldn't extend Pronger next season. I don't think. Let's see. We'll give a draft pick. We'll give a 5th. Doesn't really open it up that much. Give a 3rd. Does open it up quite a bit. And let's give up Glumac. Yeah, they're still not budging. I don't think we can really make a trade like that. Glumac's not that great. Dominic Moore, good defensive actually. 26 years old, contract 1.8. It's actually not a bad trade. Let's go for Dominic Moore. See what it would take. Already they want one of our top guys, so obviously that's not going to happen. We'll try and give up. Feels like Madden would probably be the better one. See Party, Denisov. Obviously, if they want to get rid of him, they should. And yeah, even with those guys, doesn't really open it up. See what it would take future problems. Another 3rd. And yeah, that doesn't open up at all. So they're obviously not willing to budge. Yeah, I don't know where that guy came from. Yeah, they're obviously not willing to budge, so it doesn't really make sense. Hanzus could. We don't really want Matt Sundin. I want a defensive player. Hanzus currently has 1 year on his contract. And it looks like they're willing to trade. We don't really have to give up that much for him. We can give up probably Glumac, because that's probably who he replaces. Give up some rights. Grabner currently 2.5 stars is pretty good, like potential wise. Vass, we're not going to end up playing him anyways. Doesn't open it up that much more. Give up 4th. Maybe I'm wrong, but they might accept. Like, they are willing, but it's still too much. Alright, we'll do that. Do Michael Hanzus for whatever we just gave up. So Michael Hanzus for 2 fourths, a 3rd, and Janos Vass, and then Glumac, who now goes down to a 1-star. I mean, Vass could still have a decent career. He never played in real life for the NHL, but I do like Hanzus. Hanzus looks pretty decent. Let's see if we can extend him, actually. Or what he would want. You'd want 2.1. If he does well, we could do that. I don't see why we can't. Getzlaff's still suspended for a while. 4 games. He's had 2 suspensions so far this season. And who got dropped down? If they sent down Hanzus, I'm going to be so pissed. Okay, so Hanzus doesn't get to... Letang goes down. Interesting. So obviously that was a trade for the future. But he's obviously going to be up next season anyways. Hanzus gets 26. And already in the lineup, so that's pretty good. 5-2, I like that start. Hanzus with the shorthanded. Already paying off. Bufflin with 2 goals there. Crosby with his 44th. Rob Brind'Amour still doing pretty good at his age as well. We're probably gonna part ways with him next season. I don't think we're re-signing him, but all in all, still pretty good. I do want to kind of see how well he does in real life or in this game. Sorry. And obviously, trade deadline nearing up. We got a shutout. Telquist. I actually saw how his stats are. It's pretty insane. So, taking a closer look at our history, though, and obviously Paul Kariya, it looks a lot better than what it did at the beginning of the save. But I did take a quick look at our goalies, and I found something incredible. Telquist has probably one of the best stats out of anyone. 51 games played, 44 wins, 4 losses, 2 overtime losses. That I don't even know if you can really say anything about that. He's so surprisingly good. 44 wins. Obviously not a starter, but that's amazing stats for backup. And we'll take a quick look at see if there's anyone else that we might want. I don't think there is. Oh, I just hit the wrong thing. Got excited for a second. So Michael L. McKelney, Cabina could be a Hanaut. No. I don't think Nabokov doesn't even look that good. Team player is the highest. That's probably what makes his stats so high. Dallas Drake. No, he's not good enough to play for us. I think that's it. I don't think we're going to be adding anyone more. Bill Guerin. Or Martin Guerin, sorry. Bill Guerin would have been much better. DeVries. They give up, they get Hanate. Darian Hatcher. Damn, I would have loved to have got him at some point. Klesla. Corey Locke as well. None of these guys seem that interesting, but all in all, still decent. Getzlaff should be back very soon, though. Development report. Everyone looking pretty good. Corey Perry, 4-star, 4.5 potential now. Even Phaneuf. The fact that Phaneuf is good enough that Letang's not even being considered is pretty good. I do like that. Even Jordy Ben. He's looking like he could be pretty decent by the time he hits probably 22, 23. And then Grabner. Grabner already doing pretty good. 1.5 stars. Stats looks pretty good. He looks like a very average player, like what he is, I would say in real life. In real life, he was pretty average, but average is good. We'll definitely take that any day of the week. Mila Lucic, only a 1-star now. Hanzus obviously goes down in stats as well at 29. And I still don't see Pogge. I don't see Pogge anywhere, which is kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that that we could play him a little bit more, but it doesn't look like he's going to play too many games for us. And he might end up being a bust like what he was in real life. So 6-3 win here. A lot of back-to-back games. David Legwan, interesting, at 26. So Solani and Ovechkin get goals in the first, and then Crosby with 2 in the second, and then Brind'Amour, and then Hanzus with another shorthanded. That is going to be killer. I don't even know how to really say it. Nash ends up getting Player of the Month. 97 points in 82 games. That's very good. Obviously, the owner's happy. If he wasn't, I would say that he's absolutely insane. We did win throughout the season. Coach that player wants to play for, which is pretty cool. 10-3 win there. Ovechkin, Wellwood, Kopitar, and Crosby all in the first. Then Ovechkin with 2, so he got a hat trick midway through the second. And then Nash gets a goal, and then Ovechkin again before Radulov getting a goal there as well. So all in all, let's see how Zetterberg is actually faring. I did see that potentially he was offered up. He's not signed yet. We could try and go after him in the offseason. That'd be insane. I tried to trade for Palfy, but they weren't budging at all. So we couldn't get, we unfortunately couldn't get him. And then I think we should be good for, oh, Robert Lang now. I like that. Robert Lang ended up getting an assist there, but Robert Lang still playing in the league. And that's something that we love to see, obviously being a former Duck and all. 4-0 win against Nashville. We've had kind of a mixed bag against them this season. Corey Perry with his 20th, Paul Kariya with his 22nd, and then Wisnowski and Crosby. Crosby almost at 50 goals so far this season. Now Getzlaf injured, so 1 to 2 weeks. Despite him getting, I mean, I don't get that guy. He's either injured or suspended. I've had it happen multiple times this season. He's had one or the other. I don't remember being that dirty of a player. 3-0 win there. Wisnowski, Crosby with his 49th, and Byfuglien was his 11th. But I don't remember being that much of a dirty player, but could be wrong. Obviously, I don't know how he was earlier on in his career. Let's see if we can win this one. Back-to-back shutouts. Paul Kariya and Chris Pronger with goals there as well. Pretty insane. I think we're going to swap it up. Vancouver, we're going to put in Tellqvist. Miller should get a little bit of rest throughout the season as much as possible. Vancouver, and 5-1 loss. So, oops. So we end up losing that game. The only one that scores is Nash. And even Nash we might part ways with in the off season. 5-2 win, so we do bounce back. Sidney Crosby gets his 50th. And then Corey Perry, Solani, and Ovechkin. Ovechkin might get 50 goals as well. We might have two players with 50 goals at the end of the season. I think there's only 1 or 2 games left. Oh no, God, there's way more than that. They're definitely going to hit it. If he doesn't hit it, it'd be insane. Luongo gets a 4-year extension, but he's current MCL sprain. So maybe that's why they're not doing so good. Boston is now second last. That is fantastic. That is amazing. So we definitely got to capitalize on the fact that their goalie's injured. Phaneuf with his 7th, Crosby with his 51st, Corey Perry with his 22nd, Wellwood with his 16th, Kopitar with 22, and then Pisani before Crosby getting his 52nd. Jesus. Wisnowski's now sidelined with the concussion. So it does look like Letang might get his opportunity here. And they bring up Letang. Okay, so Letang does get the chance, but Pronger might supersede him though. Feels though they just did that because everyone was tired. Nope, he's still in it. So he does go on the bottom line. Denisov also. That is insane. How did Denisov get on the lineup? All right, let's see if we can manage to win this game. We've had again a mixed bags against Kings as well. They've been surprisingly good. But we do get our 61st win. Byfuglien with a goal there. Corey Perry, Denisov getting on the score sheet surprisingly, and Letang with an assist. Crosby gets a hat trick in the 3rd alone, and then Corey Perry and Robin Regehr get goals as well. Robin Regehr not getting that many goals is insane. 36 points this season. It's around the same as what he normally gets. His grade is pretty good. He's obviously more of a defensive player. And then now we have Getzlaf back. And we have to send someone down. So who gets sent down? The tank's still there, so I like that. And obviously, yeah, no stopping Crosby. And Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly, I don't remember him being that good. Chris Kelly was a Duck as well for 1 season. But yeah, I don't remember that. And let's see if we can manage to win this game here. 5-1 win. Byfuglien with a goal. Niedermeyer with 2 in the 2nd. Chris Pronger with the goals there as well. And then Getzlaf with his 19th. And we do face off against Dallas now. Kovalchuk, no stopping him apparently. And we do have our back-to-back game now. Tellqvist getting the nod. Been a solid backup for us. A very solid backup. It gets a shutout. Anytime he's asked upon, he does try his best. I do like that about a goalie. Chris Pronger, Rob Brindamore, and Nash all get goals there to make it 3-0. Okay, there's no way Wellwood would have done anything. Okay, let's just be real here. Team harmony. Okay, so yeah, I guess that helps it a little bit. We'll shuffle it up a little more. Facing off against Detroit. We lose 6-4. And I thought they weren't as good, but we managed to beat them throughout the whole season, except for now. Ovechkin with 48, Crosby with 56, 57, and then 58. Hat trick, Jesus. Chris Higgins, the guy that we wanted. How is he doing? 40 points in 69 games. So again, not as good. What'd they get him at? They got him at 26. So we opted not to get him. Can't remember off the top of my head who we got instead. But it's definitely one of those guys that we were considering. Brent Burns. Ooh. All offense, though. I wonder where he's playing on Capitals. He's playing top. Okay, good. At least he's still playing defense. That'd kind of upset me if he wasn't. Face off against Chicago. Managed to get this win here. We don't, so looks like back-to-back losses for us. And Telquist's going to get the nod here against Columbus. I should probably redo that. And yeah, Telquist getting the nod. Enough on top line, though. I don't know how I feel about that. We lose 2-1, so back-to-back losses. That is not good to end the season. Cowell with the only goal there. So, despite him screwing up the whole harmony of the team, he ends up losing that one. Oh, and Zetterberg extends with Sharks, obviously. Only 2 years, though. Which seems kind of criminal. I think they'd extend him a little bit longer than that. Let's face off against St. Louis, see if we can get the win here. Bounce back, 4-3 win. They have Henrik Sedin, I forgot about that. Crosby with his 59th, Getzlaf with his 20th, Nash with his 38th. And how many games are left in the season? 3 more games, and Ovi's still 2 games away. That is insane. Still can't get two goals. So let's see if Pogge's still there. We're still not there, I guess. Yeah, I don't see Pogge anywhere. And even Cal Wellwood's regressing a little bit. That's kind of weird. Guess it's the minutes. He's not playing enough minutes. And we do face off against San Jose here. Ryan Miller gets goalie of the month, sorry, and Crosby with the player of the month. Obviously, everyone's happy with us. We'll do it again. Facing off against San Jose, let's see if we can get the win here. 3-1. Come on, Ovi. Crosby gets his 60th. And then Cowell with his 18th and Robin Regeer with his 4th. So still no sight of Ovi. Ovi seems to be disappearing right now. Let's see it against Dallas. 5-1. He has to get one of those. 21st for Getzlaf. Crosby with 61. Robin Regeer and Corey Perry score there as well. So still nothing. It's going to really suck being stuck at that point. At 48. If he gets a hat trick here, I'll laugh. Against Tuukka Rask, who we did have at some point. 4-1 win there. Ovechkin with his 49th and 50th. Oh my god, that is insane. Waits till the very end of the season to get his 50th. He must have not. Game by game. We have to take a look. What was his game before Dallas? Okay, so it goes this way. So he did get an assist, but he hadn't scored since Detroit. Jesus, 4 goals there as well. So kind of slow to end the season. That's kind of shitty. I don't like that. But end of the season though, we'll do a couple more clicks actually. Crosby is hurt. 2 to 3 weeks. Oh my god. Of course that happens. 2 to 3 weeks. So probably we're just gonna ignore that. But Wisnowski's back, so I do like that. And what? Peter Laviolette hurt during pregame skate. What the hell? All right, so end of the season. This is how it ends. We finish with 137 points, 67 wins. I think that could be our best so far. We'll take a look at that in a second. Boston, let's see where they finished. Boston, my God, they're not even in the draft lottery now. They squeeze it out to screw us at the very end. Oh my God, we could have had a lottery pick, but still, we'll take top 6. That's still fine. It's so disappointing though. Nothing you can really do, but obviously we can try and trade that as well. But we'll take a look at our history, and that'll tell us. 67. So we had the same amount, one less point than last season. So we couldn't even break our own record. But all in all, we'll take a look at how well our team has played. Ovechkin with 111. Obviously, Crosby's not featured there. Nash with 99. Korea with 60. So still, yeah, not a point per game. Worst season since his rookie season. But he's starting to age at 32. Gets up with 60. So point per game. So despite being injured and suspended, managed to get a point per game. Corey Perry with 58. Kopitar with 52 in his rookie season is pretty good. He should probably get the Calder. Bufflin with 52 in his second season with us. And then even Scott Niedermayer with 45. That's pretty good for his age, obviously. Enough with 41. And then Wellwood with 39, a little bit less than last season. Maybe that's why he's regressed. Robin Regeer with 39 as well. Rob Brind'Amour with 37, so pretty decent. We'll take a look at the goalies. 55 wins for Miller. We might have played him too much. Even Telquist had 12. Save percentage, very good for both goalies for sure. Telquist with a little bit better goals against, and obviously save percentage. He only had, where's his shutouts? He had 5 shutouts. Not bad. So around half, despite that many games. So it's either our defense is just phenomenally good, or yeah, we should win the Vezina as well. Either our defense is just phenomenally good, or obviously his stats are pretty good as well. But he's not in there, and he should be featured in here. I guess you need 20 games maybe for them to really consider that. But is what it is. And then obviously, yeah, Hart Trophy, Crosby should get it. Vezina, we're not even... How is Miller not even featured in this? That is insane. Craig Anderson with 37 wins. Brodeur with 44, so he should be obviously in it. And Pecorino with 26. 26 and 41 losses, and we don't get... That's insane. And no matter what, we win the Norris because all 3 of our defensemen are there. Kopitar could be the Calder winner. 53 points for James Neal in 73 games. So, I mean, he did finish a little bit better. We're probably not going to get that either. Kessel with 50. Not bad for Kessel. And then Madden could get the Selke, but that doesn't really matter as much. And Kopitar could get Lady Bing. That's not bad for his first season. Leadership awards, obviously we don't get that. That seems odd why we wouldn't. And then at least we're considered for the Jack Adams. I'll take that. Wisnowski's on the verge of returning. We do face off against Chicago. Active roster, and yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. So as long as we get out of the first round, we should be good. Which is easier said than done. We do face against Chicago, who, like I said, we've had a mixed bag throughout the season. So I still think we beat them, probably in 5 games, maybe 6. So Crosby should be back for at least a couple of those. And then San Jose against Calgary. I'm going to go San Jose. Nashville, I'm going to go with winning this. And I think Vancouver can kind of edge it out. Maybe. I'll have to take a look at the actual regular season standings to get an informed decision. But I don't think Detroit's in our division. So I guess Vancouver wins that one. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh all day, every day. And I'm going to go with Carolina as well, New Jersey. And I'm going to go with Ottawa. I think I kind of hate Islanders for not even wanting to entertain our Ziggy Palffy trade. Crosby's already resuming skating, so that is music to our ears. Throughout the season, let's see. We have A 5-2 win, 4-1 loss, 6-0, 5-2, 7-3, 5. Yeah, it's been a mixed bag. So this is probably our hardest opposition in the West, I would say, throughout how well we played throughout the regular season. So game 1, let's see if we can get it. Started off strong, 7-0. My God. Kopitar, Ovechkin, Getzlaf, Ovechkin again. Now he's showing up with a hat trick in this game. And then Letang and Nash getting goals there as well. Not bad at all. So game 2. Let's see if we can get this one. 6-3 loss. That is disappointing. Why is Telquist in net? Oh, Miller got pulled after 6 goals again. Jesus. Alright, I'm not even going to look at how well we did. We're just going to kind of put this in a review mirror. We go now to Chicago. And really hope that we can turn this around. Get the series lead again. And we don't. We're down 2-1. Oh my God. Nash, Getzlaf, and Wisniewski all with goals there. But we do eventually lose that one. See if we can bounce back. We got to. 6-4. We're gonna lose. So we're down 3-1. Cal Wellwood, Ryan Getzlaf with 2, and then Ovi with another one as well. That is not good. Crosby still out. That was a huge loss for sure. See if we can manage to bounce back at home. 4-1. So series is 3-2. Rob Ringdemore, Ovechkin, Cal Wellwood, and Nash. I do like the fact that we score in the third though. And still not showing anything for Crosby. Still day to day. Damn it. See if we can manage to win at Chicago. It's game 6, I believe. And we don't. We're out of the playoffs. Finally out of the playoffs. And our series streak ends with Crosby eventually, costing us. That kind of sucks. So we do lose out on this one. Kind of disappointing. Red Wings look like they're going to do it. So it's going to be a different champion. I'm very interested to see who ends up getting it. So Calgary and Chicago. I don't know if Chicago can't win this one. It's going to be very disappointed. It means that we probably would have lost anyways. But the Handzus acquisition is not looking that great. And then I don't know. I still think Vancouver wins that one. We were wrong about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh hasn't won a cup in this whole thing since we've taken over. I think New Jersey wins this whole thing, to be honest. And now Crosby wants to come back. That is disappointing. He definitely would have played in real life. So let's just say that. He 100% would have played in real life. Pogge finally showing up there. His mental toughness. It is what it is. That's so crappy, though, that we end up losing so early on. What? Alright. I guess we don't need any of these. We'll take them all off. And now Crosby's back. So I was right. He would have been back for the midway through the second. He should have been back already, though. But, oh my God. Already clicks. And it is what it is. We did abandon them before, so kind of disappointing that, Jesus, it's going to go all the way through. And let's see who the winners are, if it's going to show it. Oh no. Florida Panthers knock out New Jersey. And Flames beat Chicago, so we could have easily lost that one as well. Calgary ends up losing to Vancouver. And Vancouver and Ottawa, it's going to be a Canadian team this time. And I guess Vancouver's better than what we initially thought. I don't know how well we did against them normally, but it does suck that Crosby's out this season. Obviously, we would have had a better chance at winning. Grant Fuhr, obviously. Kevin Hatcher. Brian Bellows? No. Brett Hall, I'll do. Adam Oates, I guess. Yeah, I don't really like Vernon as much. We do get extended despite first round exit for the first time. And Vancouver looks like they're on their way to winning. They did go to Game 7, though. So Datsuk, Camilleri, and Kubdaman. So ultimately, great regular season, but terrible postseason. We'll see where we went wrong here, and kind of get a better look at it. So, yeah, 12 goals still, or sorry, 12 points for Ovechkin. Nash still had 9, and then gets up with 8, but I feel as though it's going to be our goalie that disappointed us. 872, yeah, that is insane. So, Miller kind of blew it for us. I will say that. 872 save percentage is not very good at all. Should have probably maybe looked at switching to Telquist. I should have seen that earlier. He got one shutout though. So one of the wins was a shutout, but still with an 87.2 save percentage, that's terrible. Let's take a look at the champions, Vancouver. At least it stayed in the West though. And look at their team. They have Datsuk, Camilleri, Weidman, Louis Eriksson. They have Kudeman, Dupree. Team not that great though. They also have Darcy Tucker, so Darcy Tucker manages to actually win. Not bad. I don't mind that. See how well they did in the postseason. Postseason, 30 points for Mike Camilleri. And Datsuk. So like I said, all you really need is 2 really good players. So they had 30 points between the 2 of them. Obviously one scoring more goals than assists. And then even Brian Poitier gets it as well. Weidman with 14. How was their goalies? 927 save percentage. And even Lasla only playing 1. Geez, 16, 5, and 5. Not bad at all. Goals against 213. Yeah, 927 save percentage. Kudman playing pretty good. At 21, too. His career, yeah, he ends up playing till he's 36 in real life. But not bad at all. Does he ever play for... Doesn't play for Vancouver, but does play for Ducks for 1 season. But not bad at all. Canucks are your champion. We'll be back in a couple seasons, but obviously we'll show the progression through that. We're probably going to start another series as well, and kind of add that in this, but we'll see you guys next week with next episode. But yeah, we're going to try and start a new series as well. Hopefully you guys like it, and leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Until next time.